We are living, saved and single. We are living, saved and single. In a 21st century world, I'm glad I've got my girl. Keep your head to the sky, that's right. When this life gets tough, you gotta fight. Look got things to your left and your right. Walking power and authority. We are living, saved and single. We are living, saved and single. Trusting in the Lord.
Amen. Praise God. Praise God. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. One of your members, Billy Montgomery, he records my Queen Business podcast with me. And as we were doing the podcast, he's like, you know what, you should go and talk to the singles. And you know, that's a blessing when someone sees the anointing on your life and they say, you know what, you should go. So I praise God for him. He's been a blessing to me since we met. He was doing photography on the shoot for a pageant I was doing. And he said, you say amen. And I thank God for that Holy Spirit, it works in us. You know? Our light shines, and I thank God that it's recognizable to other people of God. So, beautiful bio that my sister in Christ wrote for me. And I thank God for her for doing that. She says, you know what, sis, you need a bio. If you're going to be going places, you need one. And she asked me a few questions and wrote it. Because personally, I find it hard to talk about myself or write about myself. So she said, I'll do it for you. So I just want to give honor to those in charge. Thank you so much for having me out. To my late pastor, Pastor James R. Adams, and to my current pastors, Pastor Yeltop and Monica Williams. They're my teachers who ordained me in Arizona International Church. So I thank God for them. I was on the phone with him in the car, and he prayed for me and said, okay, go in, you're going to be okay. So praise God. So the topic, hard copy. You know, when you're given a topic, you start talking to God about it. Lord, what would you have me to say? What would you have me to share? And two very simple questions came to me. What is being written about you? And is it worth being copied? What is being written about you? And is it worth being copied? So a whole bunch of scriptures and things came to me as I contemplated this. And then I began to think about a revelation that God gave to my pastor that he passed on to me. We as believers are God's modern day disciples. We're the apostles. We're out here, we're doing the work of the Lord. And they all had their own books. God recorded it, right, in the Bible. We learn about the apostles and what they did for the kingdom of God. And as we're working for Christ, our books are being written. Yes. And he always says to me, Sister Jarita, what's he writing about you today? What happened in the book of Jarita, first and second chapter, praise God. And I began to think about the scripture, I want to back things up with the word of the Lord. Luke 10:20 says, rejoice that your names are written in the book of life. So we know our names are in there, right? And then Revelations 20:12 says, and I saw the dead, great and small, standing before the throne, and books were opened. Another book was opened, which is the book of life. The dead were judged according to what they had done, as recorded in the books. You are being written about right now. Yes. So this is a divine writing, right now being written in the heavenlies about us. What is being written about you? And is it worth being copied, both naturally and spiritually? Are you a godly example? And young people, older people, can anyone look up to you and say, that's an example that I want to follow. I want to copy what they're doing. Now, this one strikes me particularly because I teach high school, mostly sophomores at this point. And I also have the mentoring company. So my girls are always looking at me. What did Miss Stewart have on? What is Miss Stewart doing to her hair? What did her makeup look like? Miss Stewart, that hair is out of place. And they grab me and they tell me. But I think about what type of example am I showing them? Because even though it's a public school, they need to see the light of God in me in that public school. Amen? Yeah. So for example, I don't use profanity. And that the kids notice, right? They're like, why don't you cuss, Miss Stewart? You don't use profanity. And some of them go, you're a Christian, aren't you? You go to church, don't you? Because of that small thing. And at first I'm like, well, what do you mean? You know, we're teachers. When do you hear teachers using it? The teachers worse than the kids. And they cuss with the kids. Wow. And so they look at me and they know something is different just because of how I speak. Okay? Now I tried at one point in life to use profanity, even though neither one of my parents used it, and I sounded terrible. Because I didn't know how to use the words. My mama would say, my dad his parents didn't curse, he didn't curse. I didn't know what to do with it. It didn't sound right, so I gave it up. So even when I wasn't living in my calling, that wasn't something that was known to me. So every year with a new group of students, they point this thing out, right? As I'm walking through the hallways, I hear the teachers curse, I hear them saying things, and all of a sudden I understand that our discussion, what we say, it has power, right? Yes. Our words have power. So when I speak to these students, you look beautiful. You're just so intelligent, okay? We speak life into them. We uplift them, right? And that makes us an example because at home, I don't know what they're saying to them. Some of my kids, the things that they said their parents have said to them, I'm like, wow, I can't imagine. So when they come to me, I have to uplift them. And out of the same mouth that comes blessings, then come curses. Right. Praise God. So that was an example for me, just a small one. And when we curse out of our flesh, right? I had a friend and we had a whole long drawn out talk about it because she was like, I'm saved. You know, I use profanity. I'm still an example. Little girls can look up to me. I'm like, oh, really? Well, let's go to the Word. Because if we can't back it up with the Word. Romans 8:5-6 says, for those who live according to the flesh set their minds on things of the flesh. But those who live according to the Spirit, the things of the Spirit, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Your spirit's not cussing somebody out.
That's true. Right.
If you're doing that, you're doing that out of the flesh. Your flesh is rising up in you. And I tell that to my spirits all the time, to my students all the time, I'm a control woman. God is the head. I'm in control of this flesh. So I'm not going to come to you out my body, as they say, because I'm controlled by the Spirit. This flesh has to subject to the Spirit of God. Amen. So I don't live according to the flesh. In every area of my life, I'm trying to bring the flesh under subjection. So what is written about you? Are you worth being happy? As saved singles, sometimes I think the journey is a bit, different for us. We have some additional challenges as we're living this life before the Lord. We have to keep these bodies under subjection to God. We have to keep our minds and our thoughts under subjection to God. We have to make sure that our conversation doesn't slip into that evil communication that will corrupt us. We have to shun the very appearance of evil in all our doings. We have to rebuke feelings of depression and loneliness and despair and all those things that could force us sometimes into relationships that are not in our best interests. We have to be on guard to work to the glory of God. And the fact is that we're human. We mess up, things happen, we're tempted. Sometimes we're going to fall. Every battle is not going to be a triumph. But we must fight. I did an interview this week for the Saved Single channel with a married couple to get some advice, from them for the Saved Singles. And she said to me something after the interview that I really wish she'd said on camera because it struck me so. She said, we must plan how not to sin. Right? We must plan how not to sin. We say we're not going to do it, but how are you going to refrain from doing it? We have to plan how not to fall into temptation. We have to plan how if temptation does come, how are we going to make our way of escape? Praise God. We must think to ourselves, if he or she does or tries something, how will I get out of this situation? If this flesh is tempted, and y'all more often than not it will be, how will I keep myself from falling into the enemy's trap? Because the enemy knows exactly what you like. Exactly. And he doesn't usually come up with a new way. He's going to come with the same old thing. He knows what your eyes like. He knows what your ears like to hear. He knows what's going to get to you. And he's going to use those tools to get to you, right? You've been there before. And oftentimes it's our own self-confidence, our own distractions. We're flying high like, I can't be shaken, I can't be moved, I won't be tempted, I've got it. Then boom, pitfall. The devil has stumbling blocks for us everywhere. He wishes to sift us as wheat, so we have to stay vigilant. I'm not exempt. And I was in shock. I was like, dear Lord, I've been in church all my life. I knew better. I knew, but he sent somebody who knew how to say the right things. Who knew how to do the right things. And then by the time you realize that he's got those horns and that long tail and that pitchfork, you already messed up. But when I became pregnant with my son, I started praying. I said, dear God, I have a son on the way. I gotta pray over him because these pitfalls are going to come for him too. And I want him to be better than mama was, better than daddy was, praise God. I can't let my mistakes affect him. I had to humble myself under the hand of God and say, okay, God, let me go back and do my first works again, because apparently I didn't have it quite right. Pride goes before a fall. But we've got to pray without ceasing. We've got to fast. We've got to stay in this word, and we have to build up, I call it our Godship, our relationship with God, our communication, our prayer time. Because if we grow weary in well-doing, then we're going to faint. But if we don't grow weary in due season, we're going to reap if we faint not. Amen. So now I want to go to John, if you want to go with me. John 4, 1 through 29. It's a real familiar story about the woman at the well. And we're talking about a hard copy. Now the woman at the well, she wasn't worth being copied at first, but something changed her story. Therefore, when the Lord knew that the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made and baptized more disciples than John, though Jesus himself did not baptize but his disciples, he left Judea and departed again to Galilee, but he needed to go through Samaria. So he came to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near the plot of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being weary from his journey, sat thus by the well, and it was about the 6th hour. A woman of Samaria came to draw water. Jesus said to her, give me a drink. For his disciples had gone away into the city to buy food. Then the woman of Samaria said to him, how is it that you, being a Jew, ask a drink from me, a Samaritan woman? For Jews have no dealings with Samaritans. So already, she was in the wrong. That was flesh responding, right? We're not from the same city. We're not from the same group of people. You know, I can't give you a drink because you're a Jew and I'm a Samaritan. We can't even speak to each other. What you doing asking me for something? Jesus answered and said to her, if you knew the gift of God and who it is who says to you, give me a drink, you would have asked him and he would have given you living water. The woman said to him, sir, you have nothing to draw with and the well is deep. Where then do you get that living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself as well as his sons and his livestock? Flesh response again, right? You can't do it. You don't have anything. She didn't even know who she was talking to. Jesus answered and said to her, whoever drinks of this water will thirst again. But whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water, springing up into everlasting life. The woman said to him, sir, give me this water that I may not thirst, nor come here to draw. Jesus said to her, go tell your husband and come here. The woman answered and said, I have no husband. Jesus said to her, you have well said, I have no husband, for you have 5 husbands, have had 5 husbands, and the one whom you now have is not your husband, and that you spoke truly. She wasn't worthy of being copied at this point yet. She was in her stage of preparing to become a hard copy. Amen. And I had a conversation with somebody recently. They said, well, you know, shacking up is not in the Bible. And, you know, what if you live together and you're not doing anything? Jesus said to her, the man that you live with is not your husband. He didn't say what they were doing. He just said the man that you live with, that's not your husband.
Thank you for tuning in to the Save Single Life every first and third Saturday here on YouTube by searching Jarita Steward, and on Facebook via our Facebook page, Save Single Jarita. That's Save Single Jarita on Facebook. And if you haven't done so, check out Queen Business every Wednesday on SoundCloud.com for a little midweek inspiration. If you would like to sow into this ministry by sending a love offering, you may do so through paypal.me/Jarita, Jarita. That is paypal.me/Jarita. We appreciate your love, your prayers, and support. And don't forget, subscribe on all channels. Be blessed.